You're tuned into The Devil's Mic. It's your host, Johnny Zech. We're here with the guys from ASTRIXION. How you guys doing today?
Great, man.
Pretty good.
Yeah, go ahead and introduce yourselves and what y'all do.
My name is Rico. I do guitar and vocals.
I'm Donovan. I play drums and vocals.
I'm Joe, and I play guitar.
I'm Justin, and I play bass and vocals.
Yeah, think about it for a minute. You're like, come on, man.
Miles,
Yeah, right.
Who are you people?
Yeah, right. Now, let's go ahead and just take it back to the beginning. How did it all start? How y'all, all that good stuff.
Pretty much, the first conception was literally like I was a guitar center about the same time this guy was a guitar center. Drum section, guitar section. We were doing our own little thing, and then next thing I know, I hear him doing Your Betrayal by My Valentine's, crank my guitar up, start jamming with him. So halfway across the room, loud as heck, just jamming. And then as soon as he stopped, I saw him get up. I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah, right.
Ducked down, and he came up to me and he's like, hey man, are you in a band? I'm like, no. He's like, well, you're in one now.
Oh,
And he brought Toby, and then through a whole lot of trial and error, we found Joe, and he's been with us ever since.
Cool thing about the Guitar Center Jam is we just did that not too long ago again with our new single 6 gun.
We did.
Oh, yeah?
We're at Guitar Center doing the same thing.
The same exact thing,
Yeah,
just the sound.
Oh,
Having a good
yeah.
time.
Whole thing was bumping.
Everybody
yeah.
just kind of like,
It's nice there, man.
I like it.
We all play our songs like a guitar center. It's just kind of, I don't know.
That's kinda cool. We just do it.
Yeah, like I mean, you guys are from, the Killeen, Conference Club area, so I mean, honestly, there really isn't much to do.
Yeah.
254 represent.
You know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's where I'm from, actually. I was raised there in Killeen,
yeah,
so
that's great.
yeah, now we're out in Austin, but yeah, good times, good times.
Yeah.
Now, what I want to talk about, or what I saw on, y'all's Instagram page, as far as like the tattoos go, let's go ahead and talk about that a little bit. Like, what made y'all want to get the ASTRIXION tattoo, and
For me, it was just kind of a sentimental value. The way that I see it, like, I love ASTRIXION to death, right? If we keep going, that's cool. If we don't, that's fine. But this still has a whole lot of value to me, So regardless of where we end up, I'll still hold ASTRIXION in my heart. So that's why I got it. Of course, he got it on his freaking shins.
Oh, yeah?
He got the most painful one.
Yeah, right. What about you? You have one yet? Or?
I am the next one on the list to get an ASTRIXION
Oh,
tattoo.
shit.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have any tattoos.
Oh, okay.
So I am excited for that. But I'm thinking of getting it on my shoulder. And the way I look at it is pretty similar to Rico. Like, I feel like we are gonna be able to make this a full-time gig. And I feel like from the bottom of my heart, and I wouldn't feel that way unless I really felt it. I would love to get the tattoo. I just haven't found the time really.
Yeah, right.
Pretty busy guy. Totally doesn't.
You haven't got it either? Oh, look. There's a tattoo shop like right there. Let's, go right now, right now. Right? Put your money where your mouth is.
Bad
Right?
tattoo edition.
for it, right?
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Not today. Payday. No.
But since we are sponsored, be second to none.
Second to none?
That is true.
Okay.
Now we might get some
Shout out second to none.
That's in Killeen too, actually.
What's that?
You've never heard of it? That's a tattoo shop in Killeen.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of them. I usually go to Slaughterhouse to get my tattoo.
Slaughterhouse, yeah.
Slaughterhouse.
Yeah, we're pretty close with those guys too, man.
Yeah.
They're really cool guys.
Good time. Shout out. Now, let's go ahead and just hop into the music now. Talk about the Breaking Silence EP, was released in January 2017.
About that, yeah.
So go ahead and just talk to us about just the backstory of the EP itself and how all the songs kind of flow together.
Right. With Breaking the Silence, I mean, that was like, I was actually writing that song before we had started ASTRIXION, so it was kind of something that I had already brought to the table, and then everything else just kind of started falling together. We were still trying to find a niche, see how it worked together, and of course, the EP was finished, recorded, and released before Joe came in, right? So we were still going through our whole guitarist mess. But yeah, all in all, it was just a whole bunch of like random concepts that we just kind of tried to throw together, basically play the field a little bit. And by the time we got the mix done, that's when we started finding our rhythm.
Right. Started to find like your sound and what you guys are really about.
Yeah,
so to speak.
yeah, definitely.
Now, as far as with the Breaking the Silence EP, I saw that you guys were on Rock Rage Radio. If y'all don't know, it's a radio, station based out of Cleveland, Ohio. So, what was it, rank number 7 out of a bunch of other bands?
Oh, yeah.
Talk to us about that experience and how that made you guys feel as far as getting started and being able to say that you guys were on the radio.
Yeah, man.
I think it really tossed the foot. But I think the way we got the whole Rock Rage Radio thing going, playing a show in Dallas that we weren't really 100% on playing the show because it was our first show in Dallas, and we had to sell tickets to the show. So it's one of those pay-to-play kind of things. I'm sure anybody that's in a band is watching this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We had a show in Dallas, and we played the show to play a show in Dallas, kind of like what we're doing here, just to get out of our city, like Austin and Killeen and stuff. We met so many great bands in Dallas. All the people loved our set, and it was probably the first time we played like out of town, and we saw that recognition from people we never met before. So that kind of just really gave us a big confidence boost, and it led to like. It was just networking after that, and we ended up having Rock Rage Radio like email us over and over, message us, hey, we want your music on our radio station. And there's a guy, Benny Henderson, in our area, Nolanville, Texas. He has a Rock Rage Radio station. Shout out.
He did have one, but he did branch out. But still, shout out to Hardcore Henderson. He's badass, man.
They ended up playing our music on the radio, and it was just a great confidence booster. A whole lot of momentum there, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Like,
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and that kind of got the ball rolling, and got you guys out there a little bit, outside of Texas and things like that. Now with that, has anybody tried to reach out to you guys, like, hey, I'm from here, I'm listening to you guys out here, have anybody tried to reach out to you guys about that?
Yeah, I mean, we get messages from bands a lot, actually. That's how most of our shows are booked. We get a band asking us to play in their set. And we had a follower on Instagram. They just reminded me of it. We had this one follower, and she got shot, and she messaged us at I think it was 1 o'clock in the morning, and she basically said she was listening to our EP to kind of get over the trauma from that. And that was just wow, dude, we're not really a big band at all whatsoever, and we're already impacting people.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
That is fucking awesome, man. Yeah. Words can't express.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's unfortunate what happened to her, but it's still really cool that we got to help her through it.
Yeah, definitely. And it not only just for her, but I'm sure for other people as well that go through certain situations. Just popping the headphones, listen to some restriction, things like that. So pretty badass.
Thank you.
Now let's go ahead and just segue into the 6-gun. Now both of these, the EP and 6-gun, were recorded with Corey Bruman.
The EP was recorded with a dude named Shane Baggerly at a temple.
Okay.
But yeah, 6-gun, Corey Bruman.
Corey Bruman. Okay. Now as far as the story behind it, I was reading on the Bandcamp page. I was like, what the fuck? Is this actually real? Or
it's definitely based on a true story.
Okay, talk to us about it.
Okay, so basically the synopsis was that we were supposed to play a show at some point in Texas, of course, to keep confidentiality, just in case.
Yeah.
We still know this guy.
Yeah.
So it was in Texas. He put together a benefit for his son. Basically, his son had passed away, and the money that he was supposed to collect was going to go towards scholarships, charities. He was talking all this good stuff, right?
Yeah.
We found out that his son didn't die of anything natural or accidental. He was murdered.
Oh.
And apparently, some of the people that were coming to the benefit show were related to that guy. So the rumor was he was supposed to be picking off those guys throughout the night. So throughout the whole entire day, this guy was just intoxicated beyond belief.
Yeah.
And then towards the nighttime, he was putting other people's lives in danger. He had a machete about this long, swinging it around, whoa, just in the crowd and making people back off. And he disappeared, came back with his wife and kids, left again, never saw him again. And when we got off the stage and the final band took up, a cop came in and said, hey, we heard some reports of some physical violence going on around here, gunshots, whatever. We want y'all to stay safe. Not even 5 minutes later, cop, paramedic, cop, EMS, cop, it started flooding. And they're like, y'all need to get inside right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Pretty brutal.
So that, then everybody's panic mode was going off and started spreading all these crazy rumors and just adding fuel to the fire. So no one knew what the legitimate story was. But on record, the dude ended up pistol whipping someone in the face after a heated altercation while he was intoxicated. Pretty much busted his face.
Old lady moment.
And they never caught him.
What?
They never caught him.
Very
He got
metal.
away.
Never caught it.
Yeah, that's
So-
fucking brutal.
So like all that crap with the artistic liberty of what could have been going on in his head and trying to put it into chronological order, that's, you know, what we had to play with. But a good chunk of the story is definitely based on that.
I think it's the most metal thing that's happened on one of our shows.
It's
Somebody got
crazy.
pistol whipped.
Crazy.
Absolutely crazy.
I was reading that shit and I was like, hold on. I was like, this is crazy. Like, what the
far-fetched, man.
fuck? It is.
It's
I was
true.
like,
It's
I
100%
gotta
true.
talk to him about this shit.
It's 100% true.
It's crazy, yeah.
So that's what Six Gun is about. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it.
100% true
Good song.
story.
It's crazy, yeah.
Now, as far as like, you know, music videos, things like that, you guys have a lyric video. Any talk about doing a music video, full music video for one of your songs? Or?
We've definitely tossed the idea around a few times. I guess the biggest thing we're trying to focus on is budget. More than likely, I mean, we kind of already had a couple guys in mind, so we're definitely trying to see what we can do to work around their budget. I don't remember his last name exactly, but he goes by Brandon Timekeeper, so I know he does a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, Timekeeper Media.
He's really good. Yeah,
Shout out.
Timekeeper Media. Good stuff, man. Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll
collab.
see. Yeah, we'll see one of these days. Now, let's go ahead and move on to like as far as like the record label goes. Does anybody try to reach out to you guys, or do you guys reach out to anybody, or what's that process for you?
The state of the music industry being, I'm not going to say oversaturated, with it being so large, we get record label emails, automated emails, we actually get guys saying, hey, I just started a record label 2 weeks ago. We kind of, I think this is like a bad consensus. We kind of figure we want to know how to do what a record label does before we ever sign a contract with them.
Yeah,
So that's kind of the process we've been in for the past year, I guess. It's a lot.
Oh,
Record
yeah.
labels do a lot of
It's a lot of crap. It's a lot of books, a lot of reading, a lot of Google.
Yeah, right. And you don't just want to hop into the first thing that comes to your mind. You know what I'm saying? The first thing that comes
Yeah,
up,
100%, yeah.
you want to take your time and figure out which one will be right fit for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the first time. I mean, I'm sure other bands do that, but as far as like knowing what a record label does before actually going, that's really smart because you get an idea on what to expect and what you want out of it, instead of just like, oh, this sounds good.
Even to like be a little knowledgeable, record labels won't sign with most bands. Really good record labels won't sign with most bands until they're established in their own right in some way, you know?
Yeah,
So
like
it's
they have
kind of,
their own following.
yeah, they have their own following, they're pretty self-sufficient, so that's kind of the boat we're in. Like, we understand that, so we're kind of just working towards that.
Yeah.
Good, good. One of these days, one of these days. And then it's just gonna skyrocket.
Yeah.
That's the dream right
That's
there.
the dream.
Yeah. Now, as far as like the tours and shows that y'all done, I mean, y'all performed with Audio Topsy, the Texas Hippie Coalition, you know, all those big acts. Now, what is it like being able to perform with such well-known bands as far as like just starting out and
It's just really crazy. I mean, especially with like Audio Topsy, Sick Puppies, Motivator, Hippie, like we would see like a mix of like people we've never seen before and we never really thought we would, and a mix of like people who actually, you know, have seen us and like what we do. So it's just really crazy. We get a nice balance of that. Sick Puppies was probably the weirdest one.
Really?
Because if you think about them, they're like
They don't sound
rock,
like that.
kind of hardish rock. They have
Yeah.
some heavier numbers, and we came in and just started screaming, and it's just totally, it's a totally different vibe.
Yeah.
But it was very well accepted for that one. Anyway, I was very surprised.
Yeah.
We actually did well with the Sick Puppy show.
I like it.
yeah.
It's like pretty cool, man. Just playing with bands, like just something you kind of just love about being in a band.
Yeah.
To be honest.
yeah, get your name out there, you know, start building a foundation on you know, what you guys are trying to get out of this.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what was it like, or I guess, what was the process of getting on those bills? Like, did they reach out to you guys, or, you know, talk to us about that?
We definitely had to play a lot of shows with Come and Take It Productions
Yeah.
in order to start getting a lot of
Come and Take It Productions.
Come and Take It Productions.
Another shout out.
Yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
A lot of networking, man. I mean, we played so many shows with him and so many shows in Austin opening for these big bands that come through. And like, at this point in time, like every band we see on the bill, we know or have met. And if we haven't, then it's very rare, to be honest. It's just networking, I feel like.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Networking, social media, you know, word of mouth. You know, it all plays a part in this industry. So, now, as far as any plans to close out 2018 going into 2019, go ahead and talk to us about those plans.
Definitely going to be writing a lot more. Yeah, so we definitely tried to settle down on the shows from this point out to try to save a lot more time for saving up finances, writing new material, getting it tight, getting the show ready. So
Definitely.
Definitely
Practice.
yeah, practice.
Yeah.
It never stops.
Now, as far as like any type of EP or album, do you guys have any time frame in mind when you're looking to release that? Or?
Hopefully it's like mid 2019.
Next year.
That should be like the best case scenario for releasing this new EP before graduation. I'm really excited for that. Yeah.
And what's it like working with Corey? We've talked to a band that's worked with him, and just want to get your take.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a good guy, very fast, efficient guy. He knows definitely has earned his accolades with metal. I guess the only thing is when you go in there, you definitely got to know what you're doing. He's a no-nonsense guy, and I personally like that because he can bring out the best in you.
He's a drill sergeant.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I think I work pretty well with the whole drill sergeant mentality. He's like, nah, that sounded like shit. Try it again. And I'm like, okay, check out.
Like, yeah, right.
He's not like the kind of guy who's like, oh, you know.
When we were doing
Yeah.
vocals, especially me and my vocal session for Six Gun, you know, we would do something, we would do it take after take after take, and he always knew that I could do it better. So he would hear me do it the first time, and he's like, all right, dude, look, either you nail it or you get the fuck out.
Yeah,
I mean, period. Like, you're gonna nail it on this take, or you're gonna pack your shit and go home.
Right.
Well, it piss you off, and that aggression can come out through the microphone,
Yeah,
and you're like,
like-
oh yeah. Then you hear it played back to you, and you're like, oh, fuck everybody, I love it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's always good to have that type of input, like you said, not just settling for this. You know, it sounds okay. This will work. You know,
We definitely
more like
recommend
it's
it.
gonna get better.
Yeah.
Corey's
You
a
know.
great guy.
Corey, shout out Corey.
Corey's
a lot of
great.
shout outs, man. There's a lot of shout outs.
A lot of good people in the
We
music
got
industry.
love, man.
Yeah,
We
right.
got
Love
love
for
for everybody.
Yeah, a lot of good people, a lot of good, you know, people in the industry in Austin, San Antonio, things like that. So it's always good to give a shout out to those people, give credit where it's deserved. So.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Now, as far as like, what am I trying to say? Recording, is Corey going to be the guy you're going to want to record with going forward, or what does that look like?
I guess after this EP, we're gonna just discuss that pretty much. We've definitely thrown some ideas out, but yeah, Corey has pretty much been mentioned into the road once we get done with the EP, so we're probably gonna stick with him. But then again, it's always good to just look everywhere.
Yeah, of course.
Especially in Texas, the states are pretty big.
Right.
Throw a stone down the street and probably hit a producer. That's probably how it works here, huh?
Exactly. Yep. So, that's all we got for today. We appreciate you guys coming on the show.
Thank you.
Taking the time to talk. Now, go ahead and check out Six Gun, Breaking the Silence EP. It's all on your favorite music platforms. Go ahead and follow them on social media. What's your social media?
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff.
All restrictions.
All restrictions. All
Not,
restrictions.
not a very common name, so numbers behind it.
Yeah.
Very
right.
true, yeah.
All
So
restricted.
go ahead and give them a follow, like, all that good shit. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Keep up with any upcoming music, upcoming shows, all that good stuff. Again, this is Johnny Zex, and you're tuning in with the Devil's Mic. We're out.